Hello, YouTube fans. Here again. And why not? Talk about the classic, the original Predator. Now, after we threw in Predator Badlands, I was disappointed. It was a fun experience, but disappointed. Because I always loved the original Predator. Now, if you want to see the real Predator Badlands, just watch Predator 2. Predator in New York, killing drug dealers. How badass is that? This one is also my next favourite one, being the original, the classic, starring my mate Arnold Schwarzenegger. And what a day this film was. 1987 had to be the best year for films. You had Lethal Weapon, you had Faker Tatson, you had The Running Man, the Dud one with Arnett. You also had this being Predator, and a damn good film. This is the Arnold Schwarzenegger I miss when he was dirty 30, had his biceps, looked great, and everything. And this to me is a proper man's movie. Something you don't see anymore. Not a kiddie friendly film, not a fucking monster, or a CGI fucking jungle, looks like I'm watching Avatar. This to me is a proper man's film. And I also like the actor that does plays Predator. But before I do that, I tell you all the history story. Why not? You probably know it, you probably heard of it. John Ford Van Dam was going to originally be given the role as the Predator. You've seen him with the toss tube and everything, and it is fucking laughable. It's laughable. Original design for the monster was like a reptile lizard with a reptile lizard head. Poor John Ford Van Dam can barely move about in it. They had the red effect. It looked all cut and utterly naff. Give that 3D, not 3D, sorry, that sort of 3D, I could put it, invisible look, which you see in the film, but it does look laughable. And John Ford Van Dam wins, he moaned, I think he got on so many people's nerves, had no option but to get rid, which was a good thing, really, because one year after, he appeared in the movie Bloodsport, so it actually changed the career for John Ford Van Dam. So they had to get a replacement straight away. Now, this actor was called Peter Hill, may he rest. And he also played the alien before in a film with Jack Palance called Night Warnings. No, not Night Warnings, sorry, Without Warnings. Night Warnings is a film altogether. Without Warnings, where he played the alien in that. So there's no stains like that. And this was roughly the same time when he did Bigfoot and the Andersons, which I thought was funny. Thought it was funny because he's big, friendly, giant, Bigfoot, and in this he was a big alien. So, yeah, I thought, there you go. They ought to look. They didn't really thought the look looked laughable. They wanted to give it a total new tropical look and just get the look what we see. And the rest is history. And I like the fact it's done in a real jungle. This was the time when you had big war films, big action films, whether it be the Rambos, whether it be Commando with Arnie, whether it be all these action films. There was something like that. And I think myself, somewhere on the line, they must have seen the movie Aliens. I thought, why not? Why not make it aliens, you're in the jungle, you've got an army, men's army, big raping muscly men. The rest is history. The rest is history, because that's what it feels like. So I love the film. I love the music. I love the action theme to it. You know, I love that music. I totally love it. I love the opening. The original 20th Century Fox logo when you got that spaceship firing a toss. Brilliant. It fires through. You got an idea it's a UFO. Then you get that music. And I just love to see, I love the idea it sees E. I remember the original trailer, it sees E, it sees your fame. I never got that bit because not once did it see fear, but I went with it. So, let's say you've got Arnie. I do know there was a deleted scene originally where you had the other army walking the toss, you got the Predator's hand on the side, you don't see it in the film. But I also like the film, like I say, I think Arnie plays a good role as Dutch. And we get Charles Weathers, may rest. I love the bit with that down the arm wrestle, proper badass. And I love the bit where he's in the helicopter going to the jungle. A real jungle. I would miss that. So you got one die, same hairstyle as me. Funny enough, 2 years before this, appeared as one of the villains in Commando. So you got another guy, same year appeared in The Running Man. If we all know his original life was a wrestler. And I just love the one-liners in it. You bleeding man, ain't got time to bleed, got time to duck. I always love that. Hey, come here, what? Stick around anytime. I just love it. I just love to see that. I just love to see with the die sneaking across the dance, stab Arnie, and Arnie pulls that big dock off fucking knife. He says that line, stick around, which sounds like a love letter to Rambo's knife, but I always love to see where Arnie copied the line what Tucker Dundee says. That's not a knife, that's a knife. I love it. Because at that time, Arnie was trying to compete with Sylvester Stallone and so on. So I always felt that was sort of like that. So I've got a bit of shit in my throat, as usual. But yeah, so like I say, you've got the Predator, it's in body, and that's when it cuts the first kill. And I always remember the guy saying back, and he's all the way through the film come out with dirty jokes about his doing with a big pussy. All them jokes, it does now, you wouldn't get away with it, unfrickly that, but it was that era. And you got that Vietnamese do, and the Predator comes to toss, it gets him, blood splats all over the face. I love it. 18, something you don't see anymore. A film with fucking balls. And like I say, that's the first kill. Then you got the other kill. The guy thinks he's got that big fucking dock off done. A little bit with shooting everybody to fuck. There is PC Fender 18. I miss that era. Balls to the wall. Practical blood splats. And like I say, he gets killed, the laser comes out, shoots his ducks out, no fucking about. So I love that. So basically it's a cat and mouse, the Predator can see body eat, and he's killing them one by one. And like I say, Charles Weather and Arnie fall out, you find out that he double tossed him, he used him to get the job done. I also remember that scene, I use you to get the job done. You're expendable asset, and I use you to get the job done. My men are not expendable, and we don't do this type of work. I always love that. And I love a bit later on where he says, it goes with the job. Bullshit, you're just like the worst. But I also remember the bit where he does the man taps, and Dallas Weathers just makes me laugh because he says that to Anna. What can you use next? Cheese? But in one way, Charles Weathers' card has just got a bit of dignity there. It just shows a bit of humanity because he just told him to say, right, we get to the top, tip there, top to rating, I'm going to go. And the guy gets shot, one of them, he gets his head shot off, and Charles Weathers, it's very hard to see now because we all know he's sadly no longer with us. May he rest. But I also remember the scene where his arm gets shot off, he's using the other door, but the Predator's got a better aim at him and it kills him. And I also remember the die. There's one die in it, big fella. And there's a lot of history about this film and all because apparently he had a bodyguard. It was for him. It was especially for the other actors because he was very, very disliked. And he really pissed a lot of the other actors off. So he had to have a bodyguard to protect him from them. It was funny as fuck. So there's a scene in it where he's got a knife, he cuts his chest there, he cuts his chest there, he's on this tree, you don't see it, but you hear him screaming, you see the aftershocks of what he's done to him. I do know originally there was going to be an alternate ending there where he did see him get killed. A lot of comic books describe how he got it, but I'm one of them, what you don't see, you see with your mind, something you don't see nowadays in films. One of the guys gets wounded, he gets shot in the head by the Predator, then it's just to do. A lot of people take the piss out of this now, but no, because of the way Arnold Schwarzenegger talks, with the accent. By that time, it was taken serious. When Arnie says that line, get to the top, door. Because he could have been out it right. As usual, people made fun and they laugh. But to me, I never really saw anything off it. He just stole to do to get to the air doctor. Get to the doctor. And then you've got the Predator chasing him. Now, I do know there was a deleted scene there where the Predator was playing with him. And it fired a laser at him and it almost hits him in the face. And Arnie says that line, the son of a bitch is playing with me. I just wish it was in the film. It never was complete, so you see the guy in the red suit. I just wish that was in the film, and I thought that would have been pretty fucking awesome. But you don't see it, but I wish it was in the film. It was a deleted scene. I just thought I had that in. But the Nanny's thing, I do know he did his own stunt here, where Nanny's on this thing, he falls down this hill, says, oh shit, and he falls down that waterfall, beautiful. And that's the bit where Arnie discovers he sees body. There's a lot more as well deleted scenes where he shows him working out and more and all that, which again is deleted out. But I do love the bit where he outsmarts the Predator, and you think Arnie's going to get it. And also that line, come on, come and get me, come and get me. Do it now. But then the Predator's about to get him, uses a backup tap, which Battery saves him. And the Predator presses the button, starts laughing, and he figures out it's a fucking bomb, gets out of Dodge. The helicopter does come, you've got Arnie. I love the performance on this bit, because Arnie doesn't say anything, doesn't need to. You think, is she dead? She had a heart attack, but it isn't. I get it straight away. He's in shock. All his mates got killed. He was told to death himself. He's in shock. So he doesn't talk. He just sits there, mouth like that. And that's, to me, the best performance I've ever seen Arnie do. Sometimes not talking and just seeing him do that. That says it all. You got that date scene, he looks at toss, looks at the jungle, that beautiful music again. And then you saw the photos of all the actors as the character, all smiling like a comic book. I love it. And not that, Peter Hill, the actor, may he rest, also appeared, a little tip for anyone, you probably all know this, as the helicopter type, or the one that flies the helicopter, he sees the jungle, he says, what the fuck? That was him. The same actor does, who played the Predator. But the film, as you know, in 1987, it became a big hit, a big dose in it. And it was half an hour, because it cost less than most of his other films, but I think I loved the film. There's a lot of reasons why he didn't appear in that one, which I'll get to. But nevertheless, I think it's a good film. It's one of my favourites of Arnold Schwarzenegger's. It's a damn good sci-fi film. A film you're never going to see ever again. This was a film when movie had balls, you know, tactics like Robotop, tactics like that. This is that era, and I miss that era. The 18, the bad language, the fact it was done in a real jungle, blood splats, where people getting shot to fuck. I loved that. It just had an impact. I love the mustardy men in it. It just had that war feel. Yeah, it's not realistic, but so fucking what? So what? Sometimes you go to a movie to get away from realism. It's called entertainment. And I like that it was sci-fi, it was horror, it was everything I like. When I was a kid, I grew up watching films like this. This to me was my film. So Predator, because they don't make films like this anymore. And it's a fucking crying shame, especially you see films like fucking Predator Badlands, where Predator becomes a pussy. In this, as Arnie says, you are one ugly motherfucker. In my taste, he's one beautiful motherfucker, because it's rated a damn good film. A 10-star rating from me. But into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.